Bob's Burgers Season 15, Episode 14 slipped in a clever narrative move that longtime animated sitcom fans immediately recognized, one that felt straight out of The Simpsons' golden playbook. While the episode didn't overtly shout its homage, sharp-eyed viewers couldn't miss how it mimicked a classic Simpsons-style misdirect. Start the episode with one storyline, only to pivot completely midway through into an entirely different plot. And despite the shift, it worked beautifully, earning praise from fans who enjoyed the unpredictable structure and nostalgic familiarity. At first, the episode sets up a seemingly straightforward story involving Tina getting roped into organizing a school fundraiser. It's awkward, it's painfully Tina, and it's packed with the show's usual understated charm. Her attempts to sell chocolate bars door to door, only to get sidetracked by existential dread about her future, seemed like the core of the plot. That is, until the 12-minute mark, when everything flips. Suddenly, we're thrust into a bizarre subplot involving Bob and Linda accidentally entering a local underground box-ball tournament. It's random, it's weird, and it's peak Bob's Burgers. This bait-and-switch structure is reminiscent of how The Simpsons operated during its peak seasons. Episodes like You Only Move Twice or Bart of Darkness that began with one tone or focus, then veered sharply into unexpected territory. Bob's Burgers doesn't use this trick often, but when it does, fans notice. Online, Reddit threads lit up with comparisons and praise, calling the episode a stealth classic and a masterclass in tonal left turns. What makes this storytelling method effective, when done well, is that it doesn't feel like two different stories slapped together. Instead, it flows naturally. Tina's fundraiser plot ends up leading her to the park where Bob and Linda's box chaos is unfolding, allowing the two threads to converge in a wonderfully ridiculous final act. Tina ends up using her organizational skills to coach Bob's team, turning the oddball tournament into a heartfelt win for everyone involved. Beyond the structure, the episode was packed with signature Bob's Burgers humor, sharp one-liners, bizarre background characters, and unexpected musical cues. One scene where Gene impersonates an Italian box announcer in a fake mustache had fans crying with laughter, according to social media reactions. Another standout moment was Linda attempting to psych out opponents by trash-talking in her fancy wine voice, only to confuse everyone and somehow win. But what really sold the episode was how grounded it stayed emotionally. Even with the sudden plot twist and absurd setting, the characters remained true to themselves. Tina's quest for confidence, Bob's competitive streak that he pretends not to have, and Linda's unshakable optimism all shone through. It's a reminder of why Bob's Burgers has stayed strong for 15 seasons. Its ability to blend heart, weirdness, and unpredictability without ever losing its core. The Simpsons comparison might seem like a heavy mantle to carry, but for fans, it's a sign of respect. This felt like old-school Simpsons without trying too hard. One viewer wrote on X, another added, "Bob's Burgers doesn't need to copy anyone, but when it does, it honors the best." Interestingly, the creative team behind the show hasn't directly commented on the structure of the episode. But this isn't the first time the writers have played with narrative form. In previous seasons, Bob's Burgers has experimented with musical episodes, alternate realities, and even Rashomon-style storytelling. Still, Episode 14 stands out for how seamlessly it executes the old switcheroo without making it feel like a gimmick. The show's ability to reference pop culture without leaning too hard into parody continues to set it apart. The underground Bach world was bizarre but believable in the Bob's universe, full of eccentric local characters, including a former champion who speaks only in Bach metaphors and a referee who's also a part-time magician. It's the kind of specific world-building that fans adore and that gives the episode rewatch value. As Season 15 heads toward its finale, this episode serves as a reminder of the creative spark that still burns within the series. It's not afraid to pull a page from the playbook of TV's greatest animated comedy, but it does so with its own flavor, quieter, more character-driven, and undeniably weird. If anything, the positive reception of Episode 14 might encourage the writers to keep playing with structure in future seasons. After all, fans aren't just along for the jokes, they're here for the ride, no matter how unpredictable. And if Bob's Burgers continues to deliver clever twists like this, then it's safe to say the Belchers still have plenty of stories worth telling, whether they start with chocolate sales or end on a box battlefield.